Our second last award is our Glenbard School Merit Shield Award. This is the plaque goes to a student who makes a willing and cheerful contribution to Glenbard School. This year's graduate does just this. They are respected by their classmates and staff and helps out others behind the scenes. This year's recipient is a student that certainly fits this criteria. She always strives to do her best, always gives 100%. Whether she's helping during extracurricular or sports events such as scorekeeping or coaching middle year sports, working the canteen at track and field, or representing the high school student council as the female sports rep. She never hesitates to help and give whatever is needed of her to the school. This year's 2022 Glenbard School Merit Shield recipient is Kira Potvin. Just before we get to our Student of the Year, I did want to announce some scholarships that our students have received before today's ceremony. Jenna Dubitz received $3,000 from the University of Saskatchewan for an entrance scholarship. Jenna was also invited to the Lieutenant Governor's house on Wednesday. She was nominated for the Manitoba Scholar Athlete Award. So congratulations, Jenna, on those two honors. Lindsay Whitting received $1,000 from the Manitoba Canola Growers Scholarship, and she also received $1,500 for the ACC Academic Leadership Scholarship. Congratulations, Lindsay. And Kira Potvin and Mickey Sattler both received $1,100 each for the Board of Governors entrance. Congratulations, Mickey and Kira. We'll now have Student of the Year, Mr. Zadarozny, and representing the Area Foundation is Cindy Pringle.
Okay, before I begin, I just want to say congratulations to all of you guys. I've, thoroughly enjoyed teaching you for 6 or so years, most of you, or about that. So many people in the crowd. Unfortunately, one of our dear friends, Flaufer, couldn't make it out today, though I'm sure he's proud of all of you. Okay. It's my pleasure to present the Glenbard Student of the Year Award. The Student of the Year is presented to a student who has high personal expectations, above average grades, a respectful and responsible attitude, and a high level of school participation. Throughout her grade 12 year, Lindsay Whitting showed all of these qualities. Lindsay's accomplishments as a student are very impressive. Lindsay maintained an overall average of 96.5% in her grade 11 and 12 courses. As one of Lindsay's teachers, I knew she was going to push herself to excel and go above and beyond what the teachers expected of her. I also knew she was never going to complain when there were, say, 2 tests on the same day, and sometimes somebody had to move the test all the time, but that's okay. Never complained once. Lindsay was very involved in all the aspects of Glenbard School. She was a co-president and social media coordinator for the high school student council. As well, she participated on several of the sports teams. Lindsay was a valued member of each of these groups and will surely be missed by her teammates and coaches. Lindsay showed a great amount of growth over her years at Glenbard School. Lindsay was once a shy, quiet student, but now she's much more outspoken, outgoing, and dare I say, occasionally, she is even funny. Lindsay's an accomplished student and a valued teammate in athletics. She's also a very kind and selfless person. Everyone at Glenbard School wishes her the best of luck next year at ACC. It's with great pleasure that I present the 2022 Student of the Year Award to Lindsay Whitting.
We will have our presentation of diplomas here right away. We are going to ask that our graduates go and get their graduation digs on, and we'll give them a few minutes to do that. While they do that, we are going to do our cash calendar draw. I know many of you out there have sold tickets, bought tickets. This has been a really good fundraiser for our school. We just recently put bleachers in our gym, a sound system in our theater. It's been a great thing for our school. So we're going to do that draw. I'm going to put my boss on the spot and ask Cheryl Manchin to join me up on the stage. And our draw for Grad is sponsored by Sunrise Credit Union for $250. Sunrise Credit Union has been a great sponsor to the school over the years. Winner of $250 is Geraldine Campbell. Congratulations, Geraldine.
Daughter of Keith Anderson. Tessa will be entering the workforce in the automotive industry. Deegan Brian Mark Campbell. Deegan is the son of Chad Campbell and Kelly Adams. Deegan plans to attend Olds College in Alberta to pursue a diploma in turf grass management. Rachel is the daughter of Kevin and Amanda Dowd. Rachel will be attending Brandon University to complete pre-veterinarian courses with the hopes to be accepted into a veterinarian medicine program. Cody James Drinkwater. Cody is the son of Vicky Drinkwater and Daryl Drinkwater. Cody plans to attend Brandon University to obtain a Bachelor of Arts degree. Jenna Lynn Dubitz. Jenna is the daughter of Brendan and Terry Dubitz. Jenna will be attending the University of Saskatchewan to pursue an animal sciences degree with plans to become a veterinarian. Ryan William Ediger. Ryan is the son of David and Crystal Ediger. Ryan is enrolled in the Business Administration Accounting program at Assiniboine Community College in Brandon. Caden Olivia Gwynison. Caden is the daughter of Ann Gwynison and Dory Gwynison. Caden plans to attend Brandon University to obtain a Bachelor of Arts degree. Carson Ray Mooney. Carson is the son of Gord and Eileen Mooney. Carson plans to obtain a Class 1 license and enter the workforce. Kira Janice Potvin. Kira is the daughter of Greg and Janice Potvin. Kira will be attending Brandon University to pursue a Bachelor of Arts degree with plans to obtain an education degree. Michaela Elaine Sattler. Michaela is the daughter of Mike and Sheila Sattler. Nikki plans to attend Brandon University to obtain a Bachelor of Nursing degree with plans to pursue a master's degree with a nurse practitioner focus. Braden Ernest Charles Stevens. Braden is the son of Frank and Sharon Stevens. Braden plans to enter the workforce. Willem Spencer Van Shy. Willem is the son of Ryan and Candace Sampson and John Van Shy and Erica Feldstead. Willem is enrolled in the Power Engineering program at Assiniboine Community College. Lindsay Marie Whitting. Lindsay is the daughter of Chris and Abby Whitting. Lindsay is enrolled in the agribusiness program at Assiniboine Community College.
Gentlemen, the Glenbard School graduation class of 2022. I'd like to ask Karen Kirk to come forward, please, as our guest speaker.
Good afternoon, graduates, families, and friends. Wow, do you guys clean up nice? Looking good? When I was asked to give this speech, I wasn't quite sure where to begin. I've taken some time to stroll down memory lane and have spent lots of time reflecting on the time that I've spent with you guys at Glenbard School. I've really enjoyed reminiscing about the countless memories of you from the time you were little right up until this week. You're a group I've always very much enjoyed spending time with. Well, most days. I got assigned to teach grade 1 math the year that you guys were in grade 1. Lindsay spent part of our first class together crying under the table, and I too had a little cry when I got home that day. From there, things quickly got better as we got to know each other, and I'm fortunate that I got a front row seat in watching you grow to be the people that sit here today. I can't believe how fast the time has gone. Today I'm going to tell from my perspective and through my experiences with this crew who and what they are. You are resilient. COVID shut us down in March of the year that you guys were in grade 10. We were initially told we'd be learning remotely for 2 weeks. I'm sure none of us could have imagined that we'd have a variety of restrictions for not 2 weeks, but for 2 years. Throughout the ups and downs of the pandemic, I was impressed with how you stayed engaged in your classes, interests, and sports. At one point, deep into the mask mandate, I found myself wondering how long it had been since many of us had seen each other's faces, because much of the last couple of years consisted of us being apart or masked up. Between remote learning, 6-foot seating spacings, mask mandates, and many unknowns, you guys amazed me many times with how you took everything in stride. Your resilience shone through as you continued to show up in spite of all the unknowns. I'm so glad things opened up the way they did, and that you got to have sports, in-person learning, and a graduation where your family and friends can be together to celebrate you and your successes. You are athletes. I've coached many of you along the way, starting when you got to grade 5 as school sports began. You've always been a crew who loves and finds successes in sports. I've enjoyed watching you gain the skills and confidence and the knowledge of your sports. I didn't see many of your recent games in person, but our family loved watching the Glenbard Panthers YouTube channel, and it was really nice to see you guys play again. Many of you started this year playing volleyball, many times in an empty gym, but at least there was another team on the other side of the net. Both the girls and boys teams had great varsity teams. Girls, you undoubtedly ended your season on a high in a provincial medal game in your own gym. Then came basketball season, also with its highs and lows. Winning a provincial championship takes so much knowledge, skill, and dedication to the sport by both the players and the coaches. It's almost unheard of to have both the boys and the girls teams from the same school win provincials, and the basketball teams that these grads were on did both this year. Many of you spent much of your spare time in the gym working to better yourselves as athletes, or just playing around, enjoying being active. It made me sad to see you guys miss out on many competitions, but it did my heart good to see that you stayed committed to your sports and teams despite the uncertainty of whether you'd be able to compete or not. Your hard work was rewarded through your successes. I hope those of you who have a love of the sport continue to find a way to be involved throughout your future. You are artistic. Tessa shares my appreciation for cool art supplies and was often testing art materials out or showing me tricks that she'd found with them. I even have a Tessa Anderson original piece hanging in my classroom. Through teaching art, I learned that Braden has an artistic talent with lettering, and Rachel finds success in anything that she attempts to draw. With Mooney, even if it wasn't the artwork he was creative with, he was creative in his method of completion. After the semester that I taught him art, I found out that Carson got his sister to complete his watercolor assignment. In the performing arts, Mooney is also musically talented on the saxophone. You are learners. This was evident when we heard about the academics achieved and the scholarships that these people collected. This class was never shy to sign up for additional learning opportunities such as bioinnovations. As teachers, we've tried to give you the skills you'll need not only for success in school, but for success in life. We know you will continue to push yourself to learn and grow, and hope that you continue to possess the curiosity to ask questions and seek answers. You are teachers. Jenna, Kira, and Rachel were in grade 10 when I stepped in to help coach JV basketball. It had been a long time since I was involved in competitive basketball, and they helped me learn the Panther plays and strategies, and in turn help their teammates. Kira volunteers in the grade 1 classroom. Anytime I've worked in there, she teaches the kids and she teaches me. She's already an amazing teacher, and I'm so excited for the students of her future classes. Jenna, Kira, Rachel, Cody, Ryan, and Will have all helped in some way coach young kids in our school, teaching them not only about the sports that they're coaching, but also teaching them many of life's lessons that are learned through sports. Last year, I got the opportunity to learn how to ride a horse from Mickey. She was so patient, encouraging, and skilled as a teacher, and I know she'll continue to provide others with the knowledge and experience she provided me. Thanks for this, Mickey. You all have areas of expertise and knowledge, so please continue to be teachers wherever you can throughout your future. You are fun to be around, again, most of the time. The day we went cross-country skiing, there were a few in this crew who struggled but finished it out. I was at the tail end of the group, following behind the slowpokes, Kira, Mickey, Rachel, and Becca. And despite some of the struggles, this crew did not stop laughing the entire time. They also didn't lose their enthusiasm. I know I must be fun to be around too, because following the completion of history, Braden, you came in and spent some extra time with me. As I mentioned earlier, some of these graduates spent a lot of their spare time in the gym, which is where many of my favorite memories with them took place. Less so this year, but in the past, I looked forward to 21er tips with Cody, Will, and Ryan, and learning from Mr. Z alongside the basketball girls in practices. It was always enjoyable competing with Deegan in badminton. Volleyball was always fun to play too, although not as much fun if I were on the opposite side as Will. I said most of the time this crew was fun to be around. Some of the exceptions were constantly reminding some of you guys to wear your masks properly or to take off your hats, frequent reminders to Deegan about the use of appropriate language and terminology in class, Tessa and Bryn's crash and Willem's Bluetooth speaker on the bike trip, the red ink on the ceiling of my classroom, and my broken finger, not a fun time, and yoga. You are volunteers. Many people may not know that Kira voluntarily packs the food hampers every second Wednesday at Sarah's Pantry. She also coaches a variety of young athletes in the school and community. Many people may not know that Cody offered to trial a mentorship placement with a young student this year. Lindsay volunteered every day in the library and helped Glenbard School Instagram followers stay up to speed on the happenings of the school and sports. Kaden was always willing to help with anything. At times, she'd cover the phones when Mrs. Anderson or Mrs. Myers needed to step away and left some of us less competent people to answer the phone. If I'd go see this crew to ask for volunteers to help with coaching or reffing, especially basketball, Jenna, Kira, Cody, Ryan, and Will always offered without hesitation. You have no idea how much this helped me and helped the school out. Jenna, Kira, and Lindsay each claimed over 100 volunteer hours this year. And I know there's many of you who don't claim hours, but just volunteer to help out, which is appreciated all around. You are leaders. Many of you are leaders in many different ways. A K-12 school is unique in that young kids get the chance to watch and look up to the older students. The younger students, your teammates and your peers, look up to you. I remember you guys when you were young, looking up to the high school kids who were leaders in the same way that the young kids in our school look up to you today. Thanks to those who have inspired my own kids and the many upcoming students in our school. Finally, you are graduates. You've worked hard to get to where you are today, with countless successes to celebrate and to be proud of. When you leave this stage today, you are no longer Glenbard School students, but please remember this place where your roots began. As your teachers, we want to let you know that we're proud of you for your hard work. We want to thank you for the time that we shared, and we want to wish you happiness and success throughout your future. Congratulations.
Thank you, Karen. I'd like to ask Kira Potvin to come forward for our valedictory address.
Good afternoon, parents, friends, family members, teachers, mentors, and of course, the graduating class of 2022. Today is the day that we have all been waiting for ever since we were little kids. The day that all of us have put countless hours into just to make this as special as possible. Looking back, I never would have thought that here we would be, standing on this stage so soon. When we were younger, it felt like it was going to take forever to get to where we are now. But here we are, standing here together, ready to take our final steps before entering the real world. These last few years have been challenging and definitely not what we were expecting our high school years to look like. COVID put a big damper on a lot of things for us, but it was for sure something special. We all learned what it was like to work from home and have everything shut down on us. Lots of us may have questioned whether or not we were actually going to be here today, having a normal grad, just like we had always hoped for. It was something that we will remember forever and something that we will hopefully never have to experience again. Glenbard School has given us all memories that we will cherish forever. These past 13 years have been some of the best years of our lives, and I wanted to share some of the fondest memories that I have had with this class. Our class has had quite the adventure over the years, and as some of you may recall, our class hasn't always been together as one. Starting in grade 3, our class was split into two, half with the grade above us and half with the grade below us. This split us up for a little bit for a few years, but I can assure you that once we got back together, it was like we were never apart. Our memories as a class vary widely, from Ryan breaking his arm, more than once I may add, to Cody's most famous saying, "You must have proper grammar and say words good," to Carson's very questionable periodic table drawing superhero that we all know as Flopher, to Braden's "Can I go to the bathroom?" and never coming back to class, to Deegan's interesting choice of food combination that he always seemed to come up with, to Willem thinking it was a good idea to throw a red pen across the classroom and having it explode, to trying to teach Lindsay what Polo Park was and having to explain to her that ostriches cannot fly, to Caden showing up to school just to find out that we didn't actually have school that day, to Jenna's "Does anyone want to go for a run?" that she used to ask us every day at lunch, to Mickey's constant injuries from her rodeo, to Tessa always knowing everything about cars or the weirdest animals, to Rachel always being the loudest one in class, as Mr. Z would say, and to me, thinking that there was only such thing as male lions and female tigers. Graduation marks a huge end to a lot of things for everyone, but it also means the start to a lot of new beginnings. Graduation can be full of all different sorts of feelings and emotions. As I have spent the last 13 years here at Glenbard School, it will always be a place that I will be able to call home. Glenbard School has been my home away from home for years now, and I wouldn't have asked for it to be any other way. As I continue my education to become a teacher, I hope that one day I can create the same environment for my students that the staff here at Glenbard School have created for all of us. I truly believe that the staff here at Glenbard School are some of the best, and anyone who has chosen Glenbard School would be extremely lucky to grow up in this environment. With that being said, I wanted to say a huge thank you to all the staff at Glenbard School who have made this day possible for us. Every single one of you have played a role in getting us to where we are now and making this day super special for us. There are a number of things that have had to get done in order for this day to be possible, and none of it would have happened without all of you. To all of our parents, guardians, grandparents, family, and friends, thank you. None of this would have been possible without you. Thank you for everything that you have done for each and every one of us. The things that you have all done have never come unnoticed. To my classmates, I can't express how grateful I am for each and every one of you. I am so fortunate to have been able to be surrounded by so many amazing people. I will forever cherish every memory that I have had together, and I will miss everything about being in the same room as you guys every day. I couldn't have imagined any of it without you guys. Thank you for being so amazing these past 13 years. I can't wait to see where everyone's futures lead them to, and I hope that their experiences at Glenbard School have been just as amazing as mine. As I stand here now and say my final goodbyes to being a student here at Glenbard School, I think back on everything that I've been taught here and everything that I will be able to carry into my future. I wish each and every one of you the best in your future. You deserve it. Congratulations again to all of you, and thank you to everyone for being here with us today.
Hey.